Hello and welcome to a very special birthday episode of the most underrated show on the internet.
Or what's with lemon? It's my birthday
It's gonna
week.
be. So, is it all right if we do this? Because I know how much you hate playing the future past game.
I hate it. It's the worst thing in the history of things.
Even if you said absolutely not, we won't do it. You're not getting away from this. This is your special birthday podcast week.
You know, Joe, I appreciate you, but at the same time, I do feel like you have an agenda.
I promise. My only agenda this week is to let you know how loved you are.
Uh-huh.
You are loved. And this is just going to be a you episode. It's going to be about you, I think. Yeah. What? I don't know.
How is that going to work out?
That's just as far as I kind of
went with it. You planned?
Yeah. I thought you were going to take it from
What,
here.
are you going to ask me questions about myself or
well,
something
yeah, I was
like
going to
that?
ask because I know it's your birthday week.
It's my birthday week.
And what did the universe do to you this week? How did the universe say, welcome to another year on our planet?
I nearly had a tragic, potentially life-threatening incident.
You could have maybe not made it to your birthday.
I might not have.
So for the people, before we get into it, your birthday is?
October 12th.
Boom. So we're recording this a few days early.
Did you forget what my birthday was?
No.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I don't want to do all the talking, so I
I
try to
understand.
set you up and then you slam dunk.
No, I get it. It's my birthday is on, I believe, this Saturday.
Yes.
Is my birthday.
And you practically didn't make it to it.
No. So I guess we could show a picture if we wanted to.
That's kind of sexual to put feet pics online, Justice.
Sure. I don't think what I'm showing is that sexual.
You never know with people's fetishes, dude.
This is true.
Especially feet people.
Joe,
Justice.
I had one of the worst falls I've ever had. And it was one of the stupidest. So we record at my house.
Yes.
So Joe's pretty well acquainted with where we record, especially our stairs, because we have to go up and down them to get to where we record.
Yeah, but people aren't. So
People aren't. So I have a landing at the top of my stairs, and then one more step to the left of the stairs that lead into the kitchen.
I hate it. I hate the single step stuff. It's evil.
So we have a baby gate, and I usually have to step over the baby gate to get to where I need to go.
Yeah.
So early morning, just woke up, by the way.
Oh God, you didn't tell me that.
Just woke up and also kind of felt sick.
Oh no.
So I've been battling trying to fight off this sickness.
Yeah.
It was actually right after our guys' night with
I was
our
about
brother.
to say.
So we
Which
stayed
was
up.
later than you normally stay up.
No, I usually
Oh,
stay up
okay.
to midnight or 12:30.
News to me.
I'm not great with talking to people past a certain time.
Got it. You have a social battery.
Yeah,
done.
it eliminates after a while.
Yeah.
Regardless, so I'm pretty tired. Levi got up pretty early.
Is he, because he's also kind of sick.
He's
getting a little better.
He's better now, but he is still kind of congestion and cough. But it wasn't because of that. He just decided he was going to wake up early.
He was ready for a Monday with Dad.
Yeah, I was ready for a Monday with Dad. So I go.
Thank God you weren't
It's
holding
trash
him.
day, so I have to go to get the trashes out, which is also where the stairs are. That's where the back
Trash
door
Day is
is.
on Monday?
Yeah, that's when I do my trash.
Okay.
That's when trashes come for our neighborhood. So a million times I've done this. So I step over the lift gate. Step over the baby gate. Totally fine. Good. On the other side.
Yeah.
I take one more step, slightly sideways.
Oh no, Justice.
And it's as if my ankle didn't exist anymore.
Turned into
My
powder.
support system for my entire body just decided it wasn't going to show up to work today.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
So I step and I just start tipping.
Was it a slow fall?
It didn't feel like it.
Okay.
But so in our landing too, we have our recycling bin.
Yeah, it's a crowded landing.
It's a crowded landing. And at the time, we also had a paper shredder there.
Oh God.
So I fall face first, Joe. I'm not tripping to my knees.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
tripping,
tripping-
fully falling over.
Oh God.
So, and I'm aiming towards the staircase.
So yeah, which is about 15, 20 stairs down.
Yeah, it's a decent staircase.
Yeah.
And I knocked the paper shredder, which if you've ever dealt with a paper shredder,
Was it full?
It was
nodding his
100% full. So I knocked the paper shredder and land on my side on the landing and continue to fall. I grab both walls and hold myself from falling.
Dude.
And the paper shredder just barrels down the staircase, throwing paper
everywhere.
Now, I know I've rolled my ankle before, so I know the feeling. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to move here soon.
You are so lucky you didn't have your kid holding them in your arms.
I rarely if I was gonna do it, I wouldn't have left the gate up. I wouldn't have taken him outside like that. It's just something I usually leave him on the other side always. Probably for those very reasons.
Yeah, because he would have gone flying.
Flying. Oh yeah, it would have been brutal. It hurt so
You
bad.
had 2 ankles inside your ankle.
Yeah.
Was the size of it. It was huge.
It's a huge bump.
I woke up to that picture and I was like, damn. He's screwed.
He's like, no. It hurt so bad. So, and then I could move at first.
Yeah, your adrenaline is still going.
Well, also it hadn't started swelling yet. So I got the trashes out.
Okay, that's
They
good.
were very full and they needed to go out.
Yeah.
And I might have swore at least once after I fell.
Once 100 times?
No, definitely. I was so angry.
Especially right in the morning.
Right in the morning, first thing. And it hurt so bad.
Yeah, I know those.
So I took out the trash, came back, got in, made my kid his breakfast, and slowly...
Is it starting to hurt yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was hurting before.
Yes, but are you starting to realize this is not...
Yeah, so
not
as
okay.
slowly as it goes, I could actually walk at first. I could put some weight on it, and I could move. It hurt, but I could move.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I'm just like, oh no, because it's now any step is just pain.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's get off. What are you doing? This is a terrible idea. And that's when I sent the picture of it just ballooned up. It's just
so
huge.
Good. It's so good.
Even now it's still swollen and
it's purple, black and purple right now.
It's pretty beat up.
Yeah.
So that was the beginning of this week. That was Monday.
That was a happy birthday, universe.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Has anything else happened that I should be aware of drastically?
Nothing bad.
Okay. Nothing
good. Bad. I actually got out of work for a whole week, so that's
and you
pretty good.
made it downstairs just fine.
Yeah, I made it downstairs.
A little slower than normal.
It's a lot better, but I can't put shoes on without it hurting. So
slippers. Time for slippers.
Yeah, but I can't work in slippers.
Oh yeah, touche. I'm just trying to think of home. Are you a barefoot around the house kind of guy?
I like wearing if the house is just been cleaned, yes, but if it hasn't, I really hate the way crumbs feel on my toes.
Yeah.
So I will just put on little socks and
I'm a sock
around.
guy.
Yeah.
Through and through.
I usually like wearing socks. Grounds are dirty.
Yeah.
No matter how clean you make things, they can be pretty dirty.
Have I talked about this on the podcast? I refuse to take my shoes off at people's houses when they say take your shoes off. Now.
Really?
If they have a pet. If they have a pet but they want shoes off, that's two things don't align. You can't have both ways.
A pet's really messy?
Yeah, your pet's going outside with its bare feet constantly. And doing all this other if you want me to take my shoes off, then get rid of your dog.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because
our pet.
Oliver does a lot of cleaning for us around the house.
That's great. But you also don't make me take my shoes off.
I don't.
So,
I do not.
I've just been going to so many people's house, and I hated it at Best Buy when we were working together, and they'd be like, you're carrying this 500-pound appliance, and they're like, could you actually take your shoes off when you come in here and slip around on your socks as you're carrying a big fridge?
It was
no.
I got to the point where I was telling people, we can't.
Yeah.
It's too heavy. It's too dangerous. We're going upstairs.
Yeah. If we were doing TVs, totally fine.
Totally fine. Once they see.
Yes.
Once they see, they're always like, huh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I wouldn't want to take my shoes off either.
But also, better than anyone. 1 out of 10 people don't give a crap about you. They just want to make sure their floors are okay.
Joe,
don't scratch my floor.
The infamous Lucy Fleming.
God.
Terrible job. As we're taking a friggin' heavy machine up staircase. Don't hit the walls. Don't hit the walls.
It is safe to say there's people in the universe that just think everything was created for them.
I gotta tell you, Joe, you've mentioned it a few times already in this episode, but you've mentioned the universe at least 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, dude. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I think it's again, it's your birthday week. It's important. I think the universe is trying to give you some good vibes. And
You are not a universe guy.
You misaligned,
You are
and that's
not
why
you're not a universe guy. This is unbelievable.
What do you mean by that? I'm not talking about like the moon in astrology. I'm talking about the universe.
So what does that
Everyone
mean?
believes in the universe.
Sure, but what do you mean it telling you things? Is the universe God?
Why not?
I mean,
It can be.
right?
Whoa.
But no, not one of those
Do you think
moments.
that was the universe aligning?
Nope, don't.
I don't know, to answer honestly.
Yeah.
It's probably just one of those weird things that doing a podcast, my brain just is like, oh, this is now the word of the day.
Have you
is
had caffeine?
universe. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
You took on the way here?
No, I was like at 4.
Okay.
So-
That's respectable. It's
Yeah.
kind of, you get off the high.
I am being trained in sound for the church I'm going to, which is great.
Did you get told that you're too loud?
Not directly, but I've had a few other people ask about where earplugs are. So I started to be like, okay, maybe I need to tone this down just a little bit. And I have. But he's the worship leader. Awesome guy. Really, really like him. He's a perfectionist. He
Yes.
is a straight up.
He used to be one of my best friends.
Yeah. I feel bad for the guy because he doesn't know what he's dealing with me yet.
No, you're not
he
a
doesn't.
perfectionist.
I warned him. Straight. I was like, dude, I'm a dum dum. I'm a dum dum, and I don't care. Like, if you're all right with that, like, I'll sign up totally fine.
So he's trying to teach you.
He's trying to teach me, and he's a great teacher, but he's also learning a bunch of new stuff because he just got a whole bunch of new equipment. So I was there from 4 o'clock today till 7. So
It's a lot of sound.
yeah,
stuff.
it was a lot of sound stuff.
Yeah, you can be kind of done with it after that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's a good skill to learn, man.
It was a great skill to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a sound guy kind of for a while.
You were in our church in
very
Africa.
minimalistic.
You were our whole worship department for a while.
That was true. There was a point in time where we didn't have a worship team, and I just ran it via an iPod, basically.
Yeah, we were just listening to like play a worship song through the speakers and sing along.
You know how
great.
crazy that was? Because there was no way for me to like set a playlist and have it go. I had to change the song. I had to manually make sure I was ready to switch songs. Otherwise, it could have played a rock song.
Which would have been awesome. I mean, you could do folders.
No, and I did.
Yeah.
I had to like literally every week create a folder
yeah.
on the PC,
Yes.
load it up
Yeah.
in the way and get
Yeah.
it right. Otherwise, it was just a crapshoot. And gosh, if they wanted to do ministry time afterwards, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, you were a champ, dude. You were amazing.
It wasn't definitely the best sound quality, but we made it work.
Look,
And that's not what it's about, right?
it's not about that. And especially like we were in South Africa, you know, it's not like we had, I mean, there's so many talented people.
Yeah, very talented.
But it was just circumstances. We didn't have a worship team.
We didn't.
So you stepped up when
Like,
no
well,
one
I'll
else
just
was
play
really.
music
Yeah,
then.
and it was awesome.
And people, I always gave credit to the people. They got into it.
Yeah.
Like they didn't
Dude, leave it to the Africans, man. They
didn't let anything stop them from
Yeah.
praising and worshiping.
It was amazing. I loved it. And that was one of the hardest things about coming back to the States. Was being like, what's wrong with you people?
You're so dead,
You're just not like
lifeless. You don't
Africans
even
want to
move.
dance. They want to move. They
Wanna
want to
make noise.
Yeah. Americans are just like, oh, I'll sway my butt this way and I'll sway my butt that way.
You know, it's so funny because that's like a meme a lot of times in churches. Like that's kind of like a thing. And we never experienced it. It was
No.
only once we got here and we're like, oh, that's a real thing. White
yeah.
people just don't do anything. They just don't.
Yeah.
They raise their hands and like, I'm very spiritual.
Oh, it's big.
I just raised my hand.
Yeah. Tim Hawkins has a great
Tim
worship
Hawkins,
bits. He's a
bit.
great comedian, Christian comedian guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Justice.
Crazy. Yes.
Justice.
Oh no.
What?
I think what's happening?
What is happening?
I don't know. You said my name twice, and as we've
I
established,
said your name twice.
if we say names twice,
Yeah.
something's coming.
Are you ready for a top blind ranking?
I don't want to do this.
You don't?
It is the one I think it is.
No. Justice, this is your birthday special episode.
So you did-
think I'm gonna come with a perverted list on your birthday
Yeah,
episode?
absolutely. I think you are.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Oh. Blind ranking.
Like I said, I would never. So instead, I'm gonna have you blind rank top 5 justice moments.
Oh, no. These are yours because you made them.
I made this list,
So these are kind of your top 5 justice moments.
and you have to put them in order. And I will, after I say something, I will leave it up to you if
I
we
wanna
want
tell
to
the
expand on this.
I feel like I have to.
Most of them, I feel like you have to. Most of them.
Is there some that
There
I
might be
shouldn't?
one that you're like, it's okay. We don't need to
Okay.
expand on that.
I'm a pretty open book, though.
You are. And this is the justice episode.
So
Like I said, this
it's
is a
a-
very special birthday episode
I'm so
for
glad
you.
I don't have to rate vaginas.
Gross. Why would you even suggest that?
that's what
What
you-
kind of monster are you?
Oh,
All right.
man.
You ready?
I'm ready.
For everyone that doesn't know how blind ranking works, a blind ranking works, and I have 5 answers. Justice doesn't know what they are. He has to rate them 1 through 5. but
5
once
being the worst,
5
1
being the
best.
worst, 1 the best. Once it's placed, it cannot be moved.
So are these just justice moments? They're not good or bad, technically?
I'll leave that for you to
Okay,
decide.
I get it.
These are some of my favorite. I was thinking about you this week for your birthday week. The universe was telling me to.
The universe was, yep.
And so I was like thinking of some of my favorite moments with you. And there's a lot.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of really like genuine good ones.
Yes.
I was like, that's boring though.
Yeah, it is boring.
So then these are kind of the good the bangers.
The real hot
Yeah.
ones. Mm-hmm. Okay,
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Just eat it.
What a great moment. What a great moment. And now being a dad, I have said that so many times. Backstory. How old was I? Maybe, were we like 13, 14 maybe?
And through your whole life, you were
I'm a
one of
picky
the
eater.
most picky eaters.
I was a picky eater. I'm
Mom
not
and-
now.
No,
but
you're much better now. But mom and dad had to fight you.
Yes.
They were used to almost every meal. Justice, just try it.
Just try
please,
it.
please,
Please try
just
it. And that
try it.
lasted a long time.
And then moving to Africa was like
Didn't
a
stop.
whole new thing, and you're like, I don't want to try any of these foods.
Yeah. So we're out, me, you, our sister, and our father.
Yeah. Do you remember the restaurant?
I know that it was that fried place.
It's called King Pie. It was great.
King pie.
So Africa is kind of like in the UK where there's a lot of like savory pies,
Meat
pies, sausage pies. That's a much more common pie than like a dessert pie.
Yeah.
So there was this fast food restaurant called King Pie that was just a bunch of
Did you
different
have
meat
to
pies.
ask to remember that?
Nope.
There's weird things that your brain will remember, and I could not remember it. I remember the one in Cape Town that was really popular. Chip chow.
Chip chow.
I mean, you get like
Yeah.
the big bags of fries.
Yeah. But King Pie was like a chain. You could find King Pies everywhere.
Yes, but it was, you wouldn't know that going into a king
No.
pie.
No,
'Cause
no,
They
no.
look,
They were-
look like little, like nothing burgers.
What's the right way to say this? They looked bad.
Yeah, they looked bad. So we
But they
go
were
to
good.
we go to a king pie, and
We also, at the time, sorry to interrupt,
Mm-hmm.
we were not like in a position that we could go out for food a lot.
yeah, we didn't have a lot of money.
So going out for get food, and King Pie was cheap. It was cheap
yeah,
food.
cheap.
But even then, like going out it was really special.
Yeah. So our father
Mm-hmm.
took us all out for, I imagine, a daddy kids date thing. Give mom a break.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
You probably did. You or
I'm
did
sure.
something that drove
I'm
mom
sure.
insane. I'm sure.
So we're all sitting around the table and eating. And one of the things with the king pie fries, they give you like a huge
Mm-hmm.
tub of fries. And that's kind of their thing. And then you got sauces that you put on it. They have some special sauces you put on it.
But you can't go to the table. You can't have it at the table. You
Yeah,
have to
you
go to the
and
counter.
It's like a little
and
pumper
get
that you
sauces.
gotta pump into
Yep.
it. I was eating my fries and I realized I needed more sauce. Mm-hmm. So I started getting up.
From the table.
And you'd think I had just slapped our father.
Yeah. Because it was like maybe a few minutes into it.
Yeah. And he goes, "No, eat it." And I'm like, "What?" And I was like, "But," because I'm just,
No.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Anytime I try to
Yeah,
say something,
he
just
wouldn't let
no,
you talk.
eat it. And finally, you and Liberty
Like,
jump
Dad,
in.
no. And he was like, just
eat it. And we're trying so hard to convey. So what he thought I was doing, because I had done this, he's not in the wrong for
You
thinking
do this you used to do it so
Once
much.
I was done eating, I get up and want to leave.
You would eat 3 times faster than everyone else,
And
which
then
is
what-
saying something because we're all fast eaters.
And then want to go.
Yeah.
I just want to leave. And so I would just wanted some sauce, man.
Yeah.
Just wanted some sauce. It took a good minute to try to. He was probably making a scene at this point,
yeah.
too, because he was being loud.
I'm sure. And we're the only white people there.
Yeah,
probably,
we were the only white people. They're just like, well, these people are
God,
crazy.
these idiots.
And finally, we figured it out.
And we all just were howling.
Dad's just like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, I understand. I wouldn't.
So just eat it has become a constant saying in our household.
No, just eat it. And I laugh a little bit every time I say it. Even if I'm mad, I'm just like, what a funny moment. But that being said, this is not the best justice moment.
No.
I think it's number 5.
Okay.
Because I think there's better, funnier things that I've done.
Yes. For
This-
sure.
But this one's
This
a good
is
memory
iconic.
for everybody.
Yeah.
For everybody in our family.
Yeah. All right. We'll see if you remember this one. A rose in a desert. By saying that, do you know what I mean?
Of course I know what you mean, Joe.
Okay. For the people, Justice might have been the horniest child I've ever met.
That's not the right thing to say about a kid. It's
Am I
not
wrong?
Yes, it wasn't
No.
horny. I was romantic.
You were in love with every girl. You wanted romance. You were
Yeah,
Mr.
I was
Romance.
a romance guy.
You were Mr. Romance.
I don't think a kid could get horny at that time.
I think you
that,
could.
That involves sexuality, and I wasn't really aware of that yet.
No, but you knew it. The universe told you about it in
Maybe.
the dream, and you were like, I don't know what this is,
So-
but I want it.
My sister had
Whoa, what a weird. That was a weird.
This is setting it up. She had tons of friends that were around us all
Yes.
the time, and
They were a bit older than you too.
quite a bit, 2-3 years, and we're talking like I'm like 5 or 6.
In my memory, you're like 4. Like
Yeah,
you're
I was
little.
really
You're
young.
little.
So one of my sister's friends, I had a huge crush on.
This was your woman.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say names
No. But you were obsessed with. You
Yes.
liked them all, but you loved.
This was the one.
You loved this
Yeah.
one.
So one day we're in our car.
No, we're at church.
No, we were in a car, dude.
Alright.
We were driving somewhere. So she couldn't get away from me.
That makes it so much worse.
Yeah, right.
That makes it so much worse.
So me and you were sitting in the back. They're in front of us. It was like a minivan. And I wanted to say something romantic.
Yeah, you were probably just looking out the window, like,
just
or
thinking,
maybe
it's
just looking at the back
Like-
of her head.
And I'm just thinking in my mind, what can I just slay her with one,
Yeah.
one quote, one
And she'll
line.
marry me on
She'll
the
marry me
spot.
on the spot. I look at her. Didn't start a conversation or anything.
You're a madman.
And I'm just like, you're like a rose in a garden of weeds.
In a desert of thorns.
It was like weeds or thorns.
Yeah.
Desert of weeds or thorns, where nothing else grows.
So good. God, it gives me chills just thinking
Can
about
you now?
it. 4-year-old you.
That
Buck teeth.
is romantic,
Dude, that's-
right there.
That's like the climax of a
rom-com.
rom-com.
Like a rom-com movie. That's the line.
Yeah,
That's
like the Note. I could see that in the Notebook as it's raining.
right. My response, if I recall correctly, was something along the lines of like, ew.
Her response, you mean?
Yeah, her response was like, ew.
Yeah. Which,
Gross.
I don't blame her for that either.
I wasn't,
She wasn't old enough for it to be cute.
yeah.
It was kind of that perfect age
Yeah.
age range that she was just annoyed.
I mean, yeah, I was an annoying kid who
that
was
was-
constantly creeping on them.
You,
So
Mr. Romantic from day one, man.
that's number 3.
Yeah,
That's right in the middle.
That's a good.
Right in the middle.
You know who
there.
didn't remember that? Mom and Dad.
They didn't.
It blew me away.
It's a beautiful moment.
It's a beautiful justice moment. And as all of our listeners, I want our listeners to get a little in depth.
We got to do the same thing on your birthday.
Well, it's not my birthday. It's your birthday.
I'm
isn't
going to
it?
do the blind ranking on your birthday.
We'll see. Now, this isn't necessarily a story, but a fact.
Oh,
And I felt like it needed to be just in here.
okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna read what I written.
I'm going to read what I wrote.
Read what I wrote in, and then we can kind of expand if we want to.
Okay.
weed eating 2 acres of grass in Africa, 90-degree heat, in a whole black suit. So Justice.
We lived on a farm.
We lived on a farm. It was like so many acres farm.
There was a 95
acre farm, huge farm.
Huge farm.
There's about 2-3 acres of like where people
Livable
were.
space where we lived.
And Justice used to mow the lawn.
Yeah, if you can call it mowing.
Well, it used to be with a mower. And then one day, years later, our mower didn't work.
Yes.
So he had to get a weed eater.
Yeah. So an industrial weed eater, not just like a normal.
And no joke, with a weed eater, 2
Bro.
acres of grass.
Or more.
Yeah. That's insane.
By myself.
By himself. In all black, wearing jeans, a black sweat, because there's so much crap that would rocks.
I wore a mask.
Yeah,
like I had to
you had to
up.
sweat through so many pounds of water.
There's a reason I was as fit as I was back there, dude.
And you rarely come. And this is why it's on my list, because you would do it, and then people would come to me and be like, "Oh no, Joe, are you okay?"
So, backstory on that: Joe
right?
has terrible allergies, and he's specifically allergic to grass.
Yeah, like I couldn't go outside when you were weed eating.
No, and it was like an all day event.
Like 102 degree probably.
Yeah, it was so hot, so hot. So the one specific story that you're thinking of is when I did it for like almost 12 hours.
Yes. Yeah.
And that was because our weed eater broke.
So we had to rent one.
We had to rent one, and our amazing pastor, who we do love so very much, sometimes had
insane ideas.
Yeah, and also just kind of like narrow vision.
Yes.
And couldn't see sometimes what he was asking of somebody, because he would do it, and I know 100% he would have done it.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, "Hey, you got to get all this done before, because we just don't have the money to keep it, because we were in a tight spot." And I get it; it was crazy, you know. So I start probably around 8:30, 8 in the morning, and I just go. And I just go till the sun sets.
Dude, it was insane.
I didn't know what time it was.
There was a moment in the afternoon,
heat of the day, where it was like the hottest moment ever.
There's like a little roadway up to like the freeway.
Yeah. Which I had to cut up to because there was grass.
And we all look out there, and he's just laying in the, like, a few feet away from the freeway, just laying on the ground because he's so dead.
I saw so much.
I was just like, man, my brother could be dead up there.
Mom would send you out with food and
water, just every.
She was very mad.
Oh my God! I don't think I've ever seen her madder at our pastor than that day.
It was a wild thing to have to do, but I think of it as like an accomplishment, a notch on my belt that I was able to do.
Dude, it taught you real quick about
the craziest part. So, as the sun's setting, I'm going to put everything away. I can barely feel my legs anymore. Like I just going and going and going. And I'm going to walk to put my tools away, and I pass our pastor. And he comes down and he's just like, "Oh, are you done?"
Oh my God.
Because the orchard's not done, and neither is our driveway.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I'm just looking at him with like a blank expression, just kind of like, I cannot believe you're asking me this right now. Like, it is 7 o'clock. I've been going
all day.
I haven't taken breaks other than to eat some food and drink water. And he's just like, we really got to get that done. So I told him, I will do the orchard really quick, but I will come up here tomorrow morning and I will do the driveway. Before you take this back.
I would have been like, you could get one of your kids, man. Get one of your kids.
That was the craziest part.
Yeah.
Is that I alone had to do all that stuff.
No one else did.
Actually, eventually they did make the younger guys do their yard.
Yeah.
But I still had to do everything.
You did acres by yourself, which normally you took like a few days.
I would span them across a few days.
But that day you had to do it.
Had to do it all in one
day.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was so hot.
Yeah, and you're right. Everybody would go to you, Joe, how are you handling this?
Are you doing okay? And I'd be like, no, it's so hard.
I mean, your eyes
I'm a warrior.
You looked like way worse than I do.
I looked like how you should have looked.
Like, eyes swollen, couldn't look through
Purple,
it, stuffy.
It was brutal. I'm a warrior. What can I say? I'm a survivor.
That's a number 2. That's
a good one. I am going to take a quick little break. I don't know if the mics are picking it up. Can you hear my stomach?
Yeah. I can hear it. I'm sure the mics can hear it if I can hear it. That's why I started laughing before I
really hope I hope not. It's not that bad.
If you hear a gurgling sound, that's just Joe's stomach.
Yeah. All right. So we have
One-
2 in. No, we have 5.
No, we have
Yeah,
1
5.
and 4.
Well, no. 5 was just eat it.
So yeah, we have 2 more,
And then
don't we?
yeah, we have
So 1 and 4.
1 and 4. Yes, I
Yeah.
see what you're saying. Fetal position. Do you want to get into this story?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I want to get into the
Okay.
story. So
We have a sister, an older sister.
yes, who we love. Who we love.
Who we love, who was extremely hard, a little bullyish to grow up with.
Yeah, specifically to me.
Yeah.
You had your moments, but she liked you
Here's
a
the
lot more
thing.
than me.
Well, you desired her approval
Yes, I did.
at a season, and I gave up on that.
Yeah.
And I think that made it a lot easier for her to like me than it
probably.
did to like you.
So we butted heads all the time.
Almost daily,
Daily.
pretty much daily.
And a lot of it at the time was not my doing.
No.
Like I
Even
just,
she would admit it.
yeah, I just was existing.
Yeah.
So
How
we
dare
had
you.
we had our moments. So I don't remember how old I was.
I think you were like 15. She
Yeah.
was like 17.
So I was getting bigger.
Yeah.
I was getting bigger because she was always bigger than us.
Yeah. She was 2-3 years older than us.
Yeah. So one day I'm out. We had a swing set on our farm, and we would go out there all the time and listen to music and just kind of just be alone with our thoughts.
A swing set that had 3 swings.
3 swings.
So enough swings for 3 people to swing on.
Yeah.
Important to the story.
It's actually not.
It is.
No.
What do you mean?
Wait. I don't think you remember the story.
I do. Continue.
So it was dinner time,
Yeah.
and Mom and Dad had asked her to go get me because I was out there swinging.
Oh, no, it's not important to the story.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Okay.
So I have my headphones in, and she comes out and she's just angry
Yeah.
and screaming at me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
doing
"Oh,
a little
boy,
stompy
what's
stomp.
this about?" So she comes up and I pull up my earbuds and I was like, "What's up?" And she's just like, "You need to get your butt down to dinner." It's like Mom and Dad are like
Probably pissed
Not
and
not,
you
not
scream.
at all, probably.
No, they're probably just like, go,
So I was
go
like,
tell Justice to
okay.
come.
And then she's just like, "Yeah, you got to go down." And she pushes me. She starts pushing me. It's like, "What are you doing?" And she's just like mad,
Yeah.
really mad.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Stop, or I'm going to do something."
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, I was at that age too, and we had talked a little bit on the.
You probably
podcast.
said, I'm going to hit you.
I probably
You
did.
should have.
I might have. I also had said we have talked about. I had huge anger problems.
Huge. It was a
Huge.
miracle you hadn't done something to her like way earlier.
Yeah. So
Tons of self-control.
I think I had said something like, "You need to stop."
Yeah.
And she continued to push me. And before I could stop myself, I hit her. Open hand slap.
Yeah.
As
Across the face.
hard as I could.
I wish I could have seen it. Which sounds terrible. Look, we've all discussed this as a family. We laugh about this event now. Everything is okay. It is not okay to hit women. This would have been funny to witness.
I hit her so hard. So hard that when she retold the story, she kept saying, "I hit her with the swing set,"
swing.
which was a solid wooden plank.
With metal chains.
Metal chains.
Yeah.
The look on her face was horror. Like, just like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
How dare you?
How dare you? But then her nose started bleeding. and look, I hit her hard.
Yes.
But if you looked at Liberty the wrong way, sometimes her nose would start
Yeah.
bleeding.
Me and Liberty. Now we're saying her name. We weren't, but now we are apparently.
Yeah, we are.
Our nose would just in Africa. It would just bleed. It would just. It was not uncommon for almost daily or weekly our nose to bleed.
So she touches her face and notices that she's bleeding pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then freaks out crying hysterically.
Yeah.
And runs back down to the house. And I'm like, "Oh my God. I am going to die. I am going to die." So I start very slowly, like slow motion, like hands down, like defeated, like start walking back to the house. Like I'm in the middle of our field, which is like, so swing sets on one side, our house on the other.
Yeah.
And I'm in the middle, and all of a sudden, our father comes running out of our house.
And if you know our dad, You can't picture him running.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it. I still haven't. I wasn't there. I've still never seen him run.
He comes running out, and he looks so mad.
Yeah.
And I never seen him that angry. I drop to the ground. You know, hands over my head.
Curl up in a ball.
Curl up in a ball, hands over my head. It's called the fetal position.
Mm-hmm.
But I called it the fatal. Because I thought I was dead.
You were dead. This is where you were going to die.
And he rips me a new one.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot believe you hit her, all this stuff. You're so in trouble.
Yeah.
You don't get anything to eat. You're just going straight to your room. So he walks me into the house, and our sister, who is over there wiping the blood off her face, as I'm walking past her, she turns to me and smirks.
Yeah,
like she knew,
so evil.
She knew what she had done.
So evil.
And I got in huge trouble.
I don't know where I was, because I wasn't anywhere for this event. I was either pooping
You might have been.
or in the room. Like, I missed it all, which is nuts.
You could have also been like
I could have been hanging with Bo.
something.
Don't know.
We had
I wasn't there.
Yeah. But it was, man, this one might be number one.
It's a good number one.
This one, I think, might be number one.
Okay.
Because
to just see our dad run is madness.
it had some good moments because it was like,
I gotta hit my sister.
well, in a way, I had never stood up for myself
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
So I always let her push me around
Yes.
at the time. Mm-hmm. And I want everybody to know, me and my sister, I love her. Like, we're close.
Yes.
We've grown up and we're not the same way, right?
Yeah.
But I think I needed to do that. Like,
Yeah.
in a
Oh,
way.
yeah.
And in fact, I believe our mom did say later on that if she
was
ever
so-
did something like that, we were allowed to hit her
Yes. Well, because she would just push us.
to the edge.
Well, and physically push us.
Yeah, she
like,
would be pretty physical.
Yeah. Hit us at times. Not. I don't think like with her fists and stuff.
No.
Like smack us and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
But yeah, so but also just the telling that it's had.
Yeah.
That it
Oh,
became
yeah.
kind of infamous on the farm.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's number one, I think.
Okay. So then number 4, emotional damage.
You mean emotional pain?
Pain. Man, I've screwed it up.
Emotional damage. Emotional damage. That's a meme.
Yeah. Emotional
But
pain.
I did it first.
You did.
Um.
We don't need to go into a lot of details. I figured this is the version I think we should tell.
Okay. What's your version?
There was a girl on the farm.
Yes.
That kind of became
Only was there sometimes.
only was there occasionally, and then kind of became the girl that all the little boys loved.
Yeah, we all crushed on her pretty good.
Justice, as we said with the rose in the desert,
I'm a romantic person.
he's been a romantic man since he was not
I feel
even a man.
strongly, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm a strong emotional guy.
And you were going through it with her. This was your woman, even though it definitely wasn't.
Definitely wasn't. There's so many stories with this person.
So many. This could be a whole episode.
The saga in of itself.
And so you were feeling it. You were just feeling all that emotion.
I think I was 13 at the time
Probably
when this happened.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what my emotions were telling me. I had no idea. So one day,
One glorious day.
we're all hanging out, whatever. And for some reason, kids think that when you show that you're like,
You wanted to show her you were brooding.
yeah. It's like, why do a lot of kids think that that's okay? Like,
You'd
that's
be like,
a
this
way.
is gonna look really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking like High School Musical.
Yes. Yeah.
Troy's running up to do his solo.
One of the greatest scenes in cinema.
Yeah, it is. It's true. I might be able to recount that entire song by memory.
Glorious song.
So I had the bright idea that I should go off and make sure that I'm in view and just do some stuff.
Yeah.
So
Some great stuff. We had a tire swing.
I started saying, Joe and his friend Bo, as you know, Bo is a very
From the Mr. Bo and Joe
show. They were our messengers.
Yes. God, we just thought it was a game.
Yeah, you definitely did. I did not. It was life and death.
It was life.
But-
So Bo was your messenger.
Yeah.
And I was the girls. And so you guys would communicate to each other through me and Bo. We would meet in the middle and then go back to tell each other.
What's the worst thing of telephone I've ever heard?
Oh, God, I hope we probably
Screwed up something.
Something, I'm
Maybe.
sure.
So I started doing the dumbest things like in retrospect.
Yeah.
I thought they were sweet at the moment.
Yeah, you're like, damn, I'm cool.
So I got a chair and I sat all by myself. All by myself. No one was there. And I just tip over in the chair.
Just fall onto the ground.
Fall over. Because my emotional pain. I had to let the physical aspect of that out. I had to let my physical pain match my emotional pain.
But falling on a chair wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. We had a tire sling, Joe. So what better?
The most dangerous item a kid could have, a tire sling.
I would push it as hard as I could and just let it come back and smack me. Listen, this is the cringiest thing I've probably ever done in my life. Like there might be something else that comes close, but this is it in my mind. This is the cringiest thing I'd ever done.
This was peak cringe for Justice.
Peak cringe. 13-year-old me just not knowing how to talk and express myself. Or maybe I knew how to express myself too much.
Too well.
Needless to say, it did not have the desired effect that I wanted. I never was close to getting with that girl.
No.
In any sense of the word.
Yeah.
My gay friend actually had a better chance than I did.
So true. It's so true.
But it was quite the moment. And you guys think it's the funniest thing.
It was so fun. It was so much fun. Me and Bo had genuinely a great time.
It was fun. There's so much to that story.
Yeah.
But like you said, that saga might have to be an episode in itself.
Yeah. That's a Patreon episode through and
Oh, yeah? Wow, Joe. Thank you for memory lane.
Yeah.
Joe, out of those, what is your favorite story?
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage?
Emotional pain. God, I keep on messing up. Is the best. Is my favorite. I think of that almost on a bi-weekly basis.
You do not.
I do, dude.
That's wild.
It's great.
You're crazy.
It's almost every time I see you, I think of it a little bit. I'm just a crazy guy.
Little boy. Crazy.
Justice.
Yes.
I know this is supposed to be your week.
Yeah.
Can I share with you
something that's happened to you?
Some amazing news.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. This is. Are you ready? Because this is life-changing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm ready.
And I don't know exactly how to tell this. I'm going to do my best.
Okay.
But when I tell you, this might be the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh, boy.
I mean, this could be the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
So I was over at our brother's house.
Yes.
One of our brother's house. And he has two amazing daughters.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing.
We love them.
So much. The older one.
Yes.
Told me a story.
Told you a story.
Told me a story.
Does she know you're going to talk about this?
I got the okay. Okay.
Okay.
And to set it up.
Listen, the reason I asked is because if you wrong this person,
you're done.
You're done.
You're done.
You're done.
And I've been on that side.
You've been on that side.
And I
don't think I've ever been.
I don't think so.
But I've also not been in the best light, but I've never been on her bad side.
When I tell you my redemption arc with my niece might be the greatest redemption arc in history, I mean, I truly believe could be the greatest redemption arc in history. And it makes me smile thinking about it.
Okay.
It's so good.
Okay.
Back to the story.
I
guess, wait, before we get, Justice, my name is?
Oh, you're Joe.
I'm Joe. You're Justice.
Yes.
We were both homeschooled. Okay?
I don't understand what that has to do with the story.
So we missed out on some opportunities.
Yes, we did.
One of the biggest opportunities in school is prom. Prom is a big deal. People dream about prom. There's movies, there's songs about prom. Prom is amazing. We never got to experience prom. His mouth is full. It's wide open. He's already ahead. He thinks he knows what's going to happen.
I hope. I'm hoping.
Okay. So this is her last prom.
Yeah. Before she graduates.
This is the big one.
Yeah.
So she's, like any girl should be, dreaming of the perfect man.
Prince Charming.
Prince Charming.
Yep.
What if I tell you? Okay. Because I don't want to give anything away. I'm going to have to change some names here.
Okay.
Our niece shall be called Joe. I'm just going to name her Joe for this story.
Make it easy for you.
Make it easy. Her name will be Joe.
Okay. What's your name?
Who says I'm in the story? Who says I'm even involved in this story?
Okay.
And Mr. Prince Charming
Okay.
will be named Kevin.
Kevin, Joe, and Kevin.
I think you thought I was going to be. I'm not involved in this
I don't.
at all.
Hold on. Okay.
Okay. So Joe, our niece,
Why wouldn't you done like a more girl name?
Joe is a girl name.
Yes.
J-O.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking.
She
You're just
she runs. She does a lot of athletic things.
yeah.
So, and she's had a really busy week. Okay, I'm setting the scene. Absolutely exhausted week. And she just ran probably knowing her like 20K. You know, she runs so much. She's on the track team.
Yeah, she runs a ton.
She's running. So at the end of it's Friday. She's about to ready to get home. She's just ran. Her legs are hurting. She's in the hallway. Okay, she's really struggling. Legs aching. She has to bend over to get something, and her butt hurts. Like her butt is sore. Okay, and so she bends down to grab her bags and out loud proclaims, "This is real. Okay, I've got this from the source. My butt hurts so bad."
Okay.
And she turns around, and there's about 40 people with phones recording her, and Kevin is a part of the football team. I don't know what position Kevin plays, but Kevin is a big deal.
Okay.
So Kevin has an entourage, and Kevin has the sign. And the sign says, "Joe, will you go to prom with me?"
She just exclaimed my butt.
My butt is so sore. And our niece does not like attention.
No.
So she's seen
She turns
all these people with their phones out recording.
No, Joe.
And Kevin has this sign.
Oh.
According to our niece, Kevin looks terrified to the point he doesn't say a word. Okay, he doesn't ask, "Will you go to prom with me?" He has a sign, "Will you go to prom with
So
me?"
I think something else has to be said. Our niece Joe
Our niece Joe.
is terrifying
Yes.
for boys.
Joe is beautiful.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Also is stunning.
But
Joe
she's
is
also
just a wonderful
she's
person.
not stupid.
No. Joe, in general,
Yeah.
might be the smartest person anyone knows.
Yeah.
Am I talking about myself or our niece? Who knows?
Niece. Definitely niece.
No one. Okay.
Definitely niece.
But so she's hating this, and I wasn't there. But the story.
I'm sure red face. Imagine.
She looks probably terrified as well, because she's not enjoying this.
No.
And so she just kind of squeaks out, "Of course I will." And Kevin doesn't say a word.
Yeah.
Even at this point, he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
Our poor niece is traumatized and just leaves. She's out of there. She's gone. All these kids are recording. She doesn't know the football team, but it's pretty much the whole football team. I didn't ask. I should have asked her if the cheerleaders were, but 40 people.
Yeah, 40 people.
She's tired. She's sore.
She just
she's
explained
proclaimed to the universe that
my
her butt hurts.
Oh, man.
She gets home.
Uh-huh.
And you know her family.
Yes.
Her mom and her daughter, or her mom and her sister, are both very positive, energetic,
Yeah.
very loud,
People.
and like attention. I
Yes.
don't know if her mom likes attention, but her sister loves attention.
Yes.
Maya gets home. Oh, I'll blank that name. Sorry. Our niece gets home. Bursts into tears.
Oh. Well, yeah, that's a traumatizing thing.
She is bawling, man. She cannot believe what just happened.
That's so sad.
He didn't say anything. It was awkward. She felt awkward. She just proclaimed to everyone her butt. So she's telling me this at the dinner table.
Because you've been going over there weekly for dinner.
Yeah.
Jealous?
Can I tell you my initial thought? Mm-hmm. This is the greatest. Before I've given her my name, There's a reason I gave her my name.
Okay.
My first thought is, I can't wait to go to prom with this guy. As an uncle, I should not have had that thought. Like, I immediately put myself in her position. And I was like, this is going to be so exciting.
What?
I thought for some reason I was going to prom.
Joe, why?
Because I think in my head I was like, she's not excited, but I'll take your place. I'll take the place.
Could you imagine if you show up for him?
But I don't know what came over me. I genuinely thought.
And did you share this
No,
with them?
I waited because I was like, I gotta talk about this. I gotta tell Jasmine this. I was
So
like,
they don't know this side of the story.
I thought I was going to prom. I don't know what's wrong with me, dude. I genuinely believed. I was like, oh, I never got to go to prom. This is exciting.
Joe,
Yeah.
I think there's something wrong with your empathy.
I think there's something wrong with me.
Yeah, I mean, it's all started with your wolves.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. John Bernthal.
John Bernthal and Life is Strange.
Are you trying to live your life vicariously through other people?
I think I'm going to try to live my life through Maya now.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No, but she needs me. For this
You said her name again, too.
Damn it.
You should actually just censor them and not totally blank
No,
them
no,
out.
I will.
Like a blip or something.
I don't know. We'll see.
You should just leave it with, my butt hurts.
No, I'm not doing that.
Get her to say it.
That way. We'll see. We'll see if
She
I can
won't
get her
do
to say it.
She won't do it. That'd be terrible.
But so I asked her. I asked if I could share the story
Okay.
because I genuinely think she's an amazing person.
She is.
She didn't want to really do this,
No.
but he had the courage
Yes.
to come up with a piece of a big, huge
Even
piece
though
of
he
paper.
didn't say anything. He totally
That's why
choked.
I said he didn't have the courage to say the words.
He choked,
but
big time.
to have at least write
Kevin,
the words
you
out.
really, really failed.
Kevin.
Listen, you need to take some tips from 5-year-old me.
Yeah, he should have.
You are a rose in a desert of weeds.
Nothing else can grow.
Nothing else grows.
I'm excited for Kevin to take me out though.
Joe, you gotta stop. You
I-
are not our niece. But Joe, when did you realize I'm not going to prom with Kevin?
Here's the scary thing.
You still not sure you're not going?
A little bit of me isn't quite sure, but the other, like, we were taught, and I just kept on. That's so exciting to her, and she just looks so depressed still.
And you're just trying to
And
cheer her
her
up.
mom is saying how exciting it is, and our brother is looking like he's howling. He loves this. He loves to see his daughter just look like he's like she did it to her. Like she could have said no. She didn't say no. She didn't say no.
Couldn't. She was in such a terrible position.
Ugh. But I was eating food and I took a big bite of spaghetti, and that's when I realized
I'm not going.
I don't get to go. It's not me. I'm not the one.
How much time went by before you had that realization? I'm asking actually concerned a little bit.
Probably like 2-3 minutes.
Okay. So no, you weren't
I didn't think this whole time.
No.
But that's 2-3 minutes of her telling me, and as she's telling the story, I'm genuinely like, I can't believe this happened to me. I can't believe like this happened. Like this is so exciting.
Joe, the teenage wolf in you needs to get a life.
We never got to go to prom. It's so sad.
We did. We took each other.
No. But now, because this is gonna. She's already said there's gonna be a part 2 to the story.
Oh, so she's gonna tell you.
She's gonna tell me what happens.
Well, and is she okay with us?
We'll see. Unless
it's
it probably go if
It's just great.
if everything's fine, it'll be kind of boring to tell.
Right.
I'm kind of hoping there's some more. I'm sorry to say this out loud. I really hope he can't talk to her. And
Just super awkward.
it's super awkward because apparently she doesn't really know the guy.
Well, no.
I just cannot believe her turning around
Bending
to
over.
40 people.
Yeah, but just
Butt out. Just, oh, my butt hurts.
exclaiming.
And then seeing it, I hope that was filmed because all of them
I'm
have
sure it
their
was.
phone.
It's probably on YouTube.
She
Or
got
TikTok.
his number from his mom. So the last I've communicated with our niece, she still hasn't said a word to him. physically.
But the last thing that was said is, "Sure, I'll go with you."
Sure.
Of course.
And you can picture her voice. Like,
Yep.
it's not
strong.
It's
It's not a very enthusiastic, "I'm going with you."
It took everything in her probably to say the words and not
run away.
run away. I am so excited. Like, when I tell you how excited I am for this, I'm so excited. And I know.
Did you explain to them that you, for a second, thought you were going to prom? So this is new for them too, because they all listen. So they're gonna figure out that you once, for a little bit, thought that you were
for
you
a
were
good few minutes. I, for some reason, thought I was gonna Freaky Friday with her.
Freaky Friday. I'll go to prom in your place.
So we've both had knee surgeries. Okay.
Yeah.
Coincidence? I think not. We both have the same last name. Okay. We have had our redemption arc, which is also
what's
huge.
your redemption arc?
Me and her are friends again.
Yeah.
Our redemption arc.
Yeah.
It just made sense to me that this was my reward for being a good uncle. Was I get to go to prom?
You're gonna go to prom with Kevin.
So bad. So stupid.
Joe, why?
So stupid.
Oh my god. Oh, dude, you need to talk to somebody about this.
I need to go to counseling for this.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Like, I have this really weird thing where I think I'm other people.
Apparently, I've never done this genuinely.
Yeah, we've always like pretended.
Yeah, but like I've never been like, especially with a girl.
Yeah.
I've never once heard them talk and be like, I get to do this? It feels so stupid. So stupid.
When you figured it out, the fact that you were really disappointed about it is really funny too.
Yeah.
So you were just like, oh, that's not
So my compromise to that is now I'm going to call her Joe. That's why I picked my name to
You're
call
just
her.
going to start calling our niece Joe.
No, when I'm talking about this prom outing. So then I can kind of feel like I do get to go and do these
so
things
weird.
and
You're so
experience this.
You're so weird. The teenage blue girl in you is just loving this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So that's just part one.
It's definitely not where I thought it was going.
No, I might have chalked it up too much. Like I
thought she was going to ask you to go to
Yeah,
prom
that
with
would
her.
have been sweet.
It would have been super sweet.
But
I would have done
also a little awkward. She's not like 12, you know. She's 18.
Yeah,
It's a little weird.
I'd probably do it.
You would.
I would have a lot of fun.
You would 100%. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun too. I just won't actually be there.
No, you won't.
But yeah, so that's part one. Eventually we'll get a part two of this story.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's been a good week, man.
Joe?
You don't even know what to say after that.
I don't.
That was a weird one, right? On the way here, I was trying to think, how do I tell this story? How do I do this?
That was a good way.
Okay.
I mean, people are going to ask you, are you okay? But
You know, we've been asked a lot of times in our life if we're gay. And if we're gay for each other.
that's not a lot.
Dude, remember in Africa
They
when
would just
people would
think that
stop
we
us and
were
be like,
gay.
"Are you guys together?"
But people who knew us never asked, are you two gay for each other?
No, but I'm talking about it's worse when strangers do.
It was your fault, mainly. Because anytime they would, you grab my hand and say yes.
But how did they know before that, you know? Like they
We
just
were
knew.
walking close. We were always close.
You love to walk like
No,
touching me.
Ask anybody. If you're walking next to Joe, there is a gravitational pull that just makes you want to run into him.
Bo used to.
It wasn't.
Used to say it's because I was so heavy that I made the world. I caved in the world when I stepped.
Everything. It did feel that way though.
Dude, because it wasn't just, it was everyone.
Yeah, they just run into you all
Yeah,
the time. They're
it was
walking in,
weird.
you just get so close. Don't know why. It's a weird one.
Yeah.
Wild, man. Wow. Where are we on time?
It's wrap up time.
Dang. It's
wrap
went by
up time.
really fast.
Yeah, it was a Justice episode and a little bit of Joe going to prom.
Unbelievable. I also love that you couldn't stick to your like code names. You gave it up twice.
I did. That was bad.
Yeah.
Here's the thing is she gave me permission to use her name. I'm going to double confirm it's okay with her
Yeah.
when I see her tomorrow. But just to be safe,
Yeah,
code names.
it's just
And
smart.
Selfishly, it helps me live my fantasy.
So weird. They all watch it too. They're all gonna know. They all know, Joe.
This is why I did it on the podcast, so I don't have to, when they listen to it, I won't have to be in the same room. And so it'll take a little bit of the awkwardness away.
For dinner. You go there weekly.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Incredible. Joe,
Justice.
what have you been up to this week? What have you been gaming? What have you been playing? What have you been
Okay.
watching?
I'm gonna avoid the gaming question because I have a small little rant about Lost.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, okay. Well,
This is the 20th year anniversary of Lost.
20th anniversary. They're
So
doing a documentary.
They're doing a documentary, which I'm so excited about. There's this book released that I bought. I pre-ordered.
Okay.
I bought this book thinking it was like memoir of the actors and writers, and but really what it is, it's two of the like biggest Lost fans.
Oh, boring.
But like during it, like they wrote like articles about it, and like they worked for articles and stuff.
Yeah.
And they have story, like they got interview stuff from people. But what they do, and they kind of go by episode and talk a little bit about it, the amazingness of the flaws. And because of that, I've been looking at a few other people's opinions. I'm going to finish the book, but they're idiots. I don't know any other way to say it. They are absolute morons.
Is it because they got it wrong?
I don't know what went through they like missed. It seems like they've missed so much of the points of Lost. They have genuine good like flaws from the show.
Okay.
But then they have other ones that's like they're trying to take 2024 viewpoints and add it to
like
Lost.
Woke stuff.
Yeah, and just like how there's not any really strong female leads. And I was like, dude, for the time this came out in.
Kate, son.
They finally, the only one they've been like.
Even, what's her name? The blonde.
So Claire makes sense. Claire's whole story arc
is that she needs someone to take care of her.
She needs someone to take care of her. She's pregnant. She needs someone
to take care of her. But she figures out how to do it herself by the end.
Yes. Yeah. They've kind of avoided that. I mean, she also goes absolutely banana nuts.
Yeah, but that's normal.
Yeah. And the only one they're giving the flowers to is Juliet, which makes sense. She is the strongest.
She's the strongest female lead.
And the most like, screw you, I'm smarter than you. Like I can do this, and not in like a preachy way.
I feel like Kate was too, though.
Yes, but they did make a lot of good points with Kate. There's so many Kate episodes that are just so love triangle-y.
Oh, not really about her.
And Juliet never had a love triangle.
No, I mean she kind of had something.
She was kind of something with Jack, but then that stops, and then something with Sawyer starts.
I'm so shocked that came up in my head without thinking about it. I said that, Juliet and Sawyer, totally forgot that was a thing. My own brain reminded me of it.
I love it.
Isn't that a weird thing? I didn't know your brain could do that.
Look at my brain. The other thing, which is driving me insane, because this is like almost universal, and I didn't realize this, and it just shows that people need to watch Lost several times to get the picture. People hate Jack.
What?
Yeah. People hate that Jack was like a focus. And so when I first watched the show, I did not like Jack.
No, he was my guy.
But I liked him as a character. Yeah. He was a great character.
Great character.
But I was like, I hate him because, he's a man of science, I'm a man of faith, blah, blah, blah. I'm a Sawyer guy, so I don't like Jack.
Yeah.
But you need Jack. Lost is about Jack.
Yeah,
it's about them all, but you need Jack.
He's the focal point for a lot of it.
He is the beginning, and he is, spoilers, the end.
Yeah.
Like, you need him. And so after I saw the sixth,
about the end.
Yeah, after the sixth season, which is the final season.
Did you finish it recently?
No.
Okay.
But ever since I watched it for the first time, I've loved Jack going through the shows. Like, his arc is one of the most amazing arcs in TV.
Yeah. Because he becomes a man of faith.
But yeah, and like, it just, and it's, again, nothing about Lost. So, like, it's not preachy. It's not, and Lost was such a diverse cast, and they're like, it wasn't diverse enough. But even in the book, they're like, for now, back then it was like,
yeah,
they did, especially with everything with Saeed during 9/11. Like, they did stuff with him that no one else was doing.
I don't feel like that's a fair thing to say to any show of a different time.
No, it's not. It's trying to take something and take it out of time to fit whatever standards you have now. That's not how reality works. Get over yourself.
Yeah.
So it just made me be like, dude, it's making me angry, and I'm like angry reading it because I'm like, how could you be so stupid? Like you're missing the points of Lost. They hit some things on the head, and have made like other things of like, oh yeah, that was a flaw. I didn't really realize that. That's like that's a good perspective. But then they also just have retarded theories and stuff like that. It's yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you've been going through,
Uh-huh.
huh?
So I've been watching it, and then I've also been reading this book.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
Dude,
What have you been doing for your birthday week?
I've been watching season 3 of From.
Oh, no spoils.
I will not, but it is wild.
Is it brutal? Brutally wild?
I think this season is the most gut-wrenching so far.
No.
It packs a wall up.
Okay. That's as far. I don't want to hear anymore.
They don't
I don't want to
wait.
hear anymore.
They do not wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. We're moving on from that.
But it's also, I'm going to say one thing.
Oh God.
I will not spoil. This is the most losty it's felt with what it's trying to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
I'm just very excited, but I got for my birthday,
Well
my
deserved.
amazing wife got me the ROG Ally X, which for those of you who don't know is one of the most, it might be the most powerful gaming PC currently. That's going to change really quickly, but it is the most powerful gaming PC currently. And I've been having the most fun doing things like that I'm not supposed to be able to do.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it anyway. I am a hacker man.
Yeah, Mr. Hacker Man.
I was telling my wife this today. It's like, I am so excited about this and no one cares.
Yeah. You just text me so many random things
cares.
and I'm like,
I appreciate you so much for just being like, oh, that's so cool. Or that's, I know you don't care. But it is literally like every time I figure it out, it's it's like that dopamine hit that you get from finishing like a hard puzzle or something like.
That's not where I thought you were going to go.
Or like
with that,
in a game.
Yeah.
Or something like that where you figure something out that you didn't before. It's just like, this is really fun. I don't know why it's fun because it's also really frustrating.
Yeah.
But it's
well,
really
that's what
fun.
makes it fun when you do it.
It's really fun when it works.
Yeah.
But I've been having a blast with it. Love it.
Can I tell you the one person that you could talk to that would care, but you will never talk to him about it?
Willie?
Yeah.
I don't know if he does this kind of thing.
No, but he likes that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, maybe I should call Willie.
You should.
I have this thing too. I don't, like with something like this, it feels really braggy.
Yeah.
With certain people.
So I'll wait to tell it on the podcast.
No, because it's not about the thing, but some people think that.
Yes.
So like when I talk to you, I know you know I'm not making it about the thing. It's about what.
I think Willie would understand that a lot.
Yeah. Willie probably would.
I think he has.
I like how
he
we've
has
censored,
the Steam
like,
Deck.
we've censored and been like, oh yeah.
So.
Ooh, he might be a good person to talk to about some things.
I think this is way better than the Steam Deck, but you know.
It's more powerful
and more open. The Steam Deck's more closed off.
Yeah, because it's Linux based.
I don't know what that means, but I'm glad you do.
I'm learning things, Joe.
Oh my God.
I've never been a PC boy growing up. Always been console. Yeah. And I still really am.
But you can take this on the go, man.
I can. If you want the most out of it, it needs to be plugged in.
Got it.
To run certain things at optimal capacity, it needs to be plugged in. Which is fine. I'm a homebody. I got it for a very specific reason, and it's doing what I want it to do.
Yes. And we will not say what reason that is, but anyone that has been paying attention could probably figure it out.
It's porn, but...
Case closed.
Sorry, I had to do it. It just felt like the right time. Other than that,
so I thought you were going with the dopamine.
I'm playing Metaphor, and I know you are too.
Metaphor. Oh yeah, that's great. That's great.
The next game from Atlas, the demo. Did you finish it? The demo?
I got to the point that I was like, "Hey, you've technically completed the demo. You can do some side stuff."
So you've been.
Oh yeah, dude. I've put in like 3 more hours. It's a
decent sized demo.
And there's way more I can do.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to do anything else till the game comes out.
They said total if I want to complete like everything within the demo, it's about 10 hours.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've put in, I think I saved at 4 hours.
Okay.
So.
It's great.
Yeah, it's so fun.
I'm very excited for it.
I am upset that there's apparently no romance in it. Is
that for sure? Did you look it up?
That's what Google says.
Okay.
I'm in love with the fairy thing.
In love.
In love
Yeah.
with her.
So for any of those of you who don't know, Atlas makes very like story-based RPGs, turn-based strategy games. They're really fun and they really make you love the characters.
Yeah.
It's always been about the characters. So even for people who are not great at games, you can still pick these up and enjoy them because they're really about the story.
Yeah.
I don't think I play these games ever on like a hard difficulty. Like I just want to play through it, enjoy it, and
Yeah, I've been playing it on easy.
Yeah,
I
same.
might switch to story,
yeah.
but
Some of them a little difficult. Some of those matches that you've had.
I'm not in it for the fights, man.
No.
I'm in it for that fairy.
Yeah, that fairy. But yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. It's been a fun week so far. Aside from almost dying and breaking my ankle and falling down the staircase.
Well, I was gonna ask, did you do that on purpose so you could just sit and play your rogue?
No, I did not. I did not. I was actually really mad about it.
Yeah.
Like I don't really want to go to work right now, but at the same time, like I really wanted to do my due diligence.
Yes.
But if I went to work doing what we do, I would hurt myself.
Yeah, you would be screwed. All right, so we all know I normally have a little exiting game that I like to do. But again, this is your week. So I'm going to do two things.
Okay.
I'm going to say thank you all for everyone that's listening. Like we just keep on hitting now. Like we normally always get around 70 to 80 views, which is insane.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like that means so much. Some of our good stuff, we have a few videos now that's hit over 100, which is awesome. Like,
Yeah,
we can't thank you guys enough for that.
It's really encouraging to us. Too.
Yes. We are trying to figure out like, okay, how to get this on Apple Podcasts, and we want to do better at social media. Like, help if you can, talk to us, help us out, try to figure out how we can do better at this for you guys.
Yeah. What do you want to see? Do you want to see video? Do you want to see little bits?
Yeah. We love this, and we want to keep on doing it. But for your birthday, as one half of the creators of What's with the Lemon, I'm gonna let you do the sign off. Sign us off.
So what do you want me to do? That's what What's with the Lemon.